Hey cuties, I am Lanikia and you are watching how I say it? I am Lanikia and you are watching What Happened on the Soaps General Hospital edition. Today is Friday. Yay! August the 18th, 2023. On a scale of 1 to 10, I don't know. I guess I'm going to give it a solid 6.5. It was actually pretty good. Um I don't know. It was solid. I enjoyed who was on today. All right, let's get into it. First of all, we see Sonny and Carly. Let's knock them out of the way. He comes over. He says, she was like, "Do you need something? You need a favor?" And he said, "No, but I have a favor for you." And she said, "Oh no, Sonny. Oh no. Didn't I tell you I'm trying to have some pride and I'm trying to be a grown up on my own and not rely on you?" And he said, "Oh." And so she started going off on him or whatever. And she said, "And Drew is in solitary confinement, and he says, I know, that was the favor." And she said, well, what you trying to say?" And he said, if you want me to, I can get Drew out of solitary confinement." And she said, "I can't believe you." And he was like, "What?" She was like, "You knew that was a favor I wasn't going to be able to turn down." He was like, "Yeah, so what you were saying?" And she said, "Of course I want you to get Drew out of solitary confinement." And then she tells him thank you or whatever, and he tells her you're welcome, and that's it on that. I'm not gonna put a lot into it because if we reading the spoilers like we supposed to be reading them, Lord, it ain't. It's just a matter of time before they try to do something with these two, and I'm just not looking forward to it. Keep these toxic people as just friends. Anyways, we go over here to Tracy and Eddie. So Tracy is got a hangover, and he said, "Oh, you been drinking and all that?" She said she didn't intentionally get drunk, but his daughter Brooklyn did this to her. And so then they start talking about, how he is not Ned, he's Eddie Main. And she said, "I'm always gonna stay fighting for my son." He said, "Oh, I know. I heard you say you wanted to put me in you wanted to lock me up or whatever into a mental hospital." And she said, "Well, if you heard me, then you also heard Olivia say no." She refused to do it. He was like, "Yeah, but you could be persuasive and all that." And she just tells him, "Well, if you're so unhappy here, what you doing here at the Quartermains? Like, why you not at Sonny's?" He said, "Yeah, there's too many goons and all that kind of stuff around there going on." And she said, "See, that's Ned. That's Ned, because Eddie Main wouldn't have cared about that." And she was like, "So Ned is somewhere up in there." I said, "All right then." And we're gonna move on because I told you I'm not gonna hold you long. So then, child, we go over here to Gregory and Finn. Oh my gosh. This moment was so sad. Because Gregory finally lets Finn know he has ALS, and it's getting worse. And he was so sad that he took care of Charlotte by himself, because he said, "I should have known better." He said, "But when I was throwing the axes, I just felt good, and I just feel like I can beat this disease, or I can at least hold it off." He said, "I know that's just wishful thinking," but he is wanting to be wishful in his thinking, because he doesn't want his body to betray him the way he knows it's going to. And of course, Finn is emotional because he's a doctor and he knows exactly what's going to happen to Gregory. So he wanted to just know, like, "Why didn't you tell me?" He said, "Because I didn't want you to look at me the way you're looking at me now." And he said, "I just wanted to enjoy these last few months with being in good health." And Finn says, "I remember when I was a little boy." Hey, girly. "I remember when I was a little boy and you used to throw me in the air and I never was afraid that you wouldn't catch me." And he was like, "I'm not going to be that man anymore." And Finn said, "You going to always be that man." And then he tells him, "I need you to help me to tell Chase, because he's not going to take this well." And Finn says he won't, but we'll be there to catch him and everything. And then Finn started crying, and it was so emotional, y'all. And it was sad. And I said, "Wait a minute," because I already done seen Wally over here on Days of Our Lives crying it up as Justin. If you don't watch Days, baby, this was an episode to watch, because Wally was acting today. But anyway, so that's it with them, y'all. Let's move on. So then we go over here to, okay. Sorry, I write notes in my messenger, and then I'm deleting them as I go through. So then we go over here to Molly and Christina. So I don't care what anyone says. I'm liking this new Christina, but I liked her in Days because she could act to me. So this new Christina, I mean, Christina is over here with Molly, and she's like, "Girl, why you didn't invite me?" And she said, "Because it's a happy moment of celebration." She said, "You didn't think I was gonna be happy for you?" She said, "Well, I knew Mom and Jordan and Sam would." She was like, "Why wouldn't I be?" She said, "Because I didn't want questions about why I didn't choose you as a surrogate." And Christina was like, "Well, you're the one who brought it up, but now that you have brought it up, why didn't you choose me?" And it's because it's gonna be much easier. They won't have that emotional. She won't. Molly says she won't feel like her sister is giving her a gift of by giving her a baby and then not hear the end of it. Like everybody will be like, "Your sister gave you a baby," and she feels like Christina would always make her feel that way or whatever. And Christina said, "Well, my gosh, I didn't know you were so selfish and insecure." I said, she gonna really be insecure because if I swear to gosh, if General Hospital don't make TJ and this surrogate woman, I can't think of her name, fall in love, they not doing it right. Because that's what I'm trying to see in the storyline. I know this is an important storyline about surrogacy and all that, but we just saw that over on Young and the Restless. I didn't have to see that. I hate when the soaps do that. Like one soap do something and then another soap follows it a few months later. No, I don't want to see this storyline again unless TJ and this girl are going to start having feelings for each other. I know she married and all that, but they ain't showed her husband or her child. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Or something's go. I feel like something's gonna end up happening with the storyline, and if not, let it go. Like I'm so tired of seeing Molly and Christina go back and forth about this. About now, somebody said in the comments, wouldn't it be something if TJ started having feelings for Christina? I said no, but then we gonna see the sisters really go to war. I don't know, child. I'm gonna let it go too. Let's move on. So then we go over here and we see Dante and Sam. Um, so Dante and Sam are talking right, and she's just telling him everything about Molly and Christina. I'm not gonna hold you, y'all. Y'all just heard me go over that. So then he tells her because he got a phone call and it was from the I guess the police or whatever, and they told him, yeah, Valentine wasn't at ELQ. So he's like, oh, I need to make this call real quick. So he calls and he tells Anna that Valentine, he was not at ELQ, ma'am. And he wasn't even around the building. And that water break he was saying, that didn't happen. And so Anna was like, thank you for the information, Dante. So he goes back to Sam and he's just telling her how they don't trust Valentine, how Anna shouldn't trust him and they shouldn't trust him, but they have his daughter down the hall or whatever. But at the end of the day, Valentine is somebody that he is not to be trusted. And that's it, y'all. I'm not gonna hold you on that. I told you this episode was like a 6.5. It was good, but it wasn't anything for a Friday. It wasn't this big cliffhanger or anything. So anyway, so that's Dante and Sam. So then we go over here with Valentine and Anna. So her house burned down. So now she's staying in the hotel. I guess they're at Metro Court. And they get a knock at the door when he brings her in and she said, I don't even know what I packed, what I bought, because they went and bought some stuff. She just said, I don't even know what I bought, if I got everything I needed or what. But they get a knock at the door and it's Martin. And he was like, what is Martin doing here so late? She was like, why is he here so late? And I said, wait a minute. They don't have peepholes in these doors, but okay, child. So then we see Martin go out and he had the paperwork and everything for Valentine. And Valentine said, you took care of it? He said, yes. And then Valentine was kind of snippy with Martin. And Martin said, like, listen, you pay me well to be available 24 hours, but I'm not going to take abuse. You're not gonna talk to me crazy. That's what I heard. And so he was like, okay, my bad. And so Valentine opened the door and Anna heard him because Martin said, I don't know why you had to bother, we couldn't wait for this until in the morning, why you had to have it done tonight, right? And so then when Martin, she sneaks back into the shower part of the room. And so when Valentine closes the door, she comes out. She was like, everything's okay. And Valentine tells her, oh, Martin is just a worry wart. And I don't know why he couldn't just wait until the morning. Well, she already know that that's not the truth because she heard Martin say Valentine is the one who wanted her to come over, who wanted him to come over. So she like, uh-huh. So then Valentine's like, I hope you save me some hot water. And she was like, go on and take your shower or whatever. So he goes and takes his shower. And that's when Dante had called her and told her, yeah, Valentine lied to you. He did not go to ELQ. So she's like, oh, okay. So it was an envelope that Martin had given Valentine, and so she go through it and she see Pikeman. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I freeze because I was watching on my computer. I freeze it, and I was like, look, what does it say? It wasn't nothing. It didn't say nothing. It's just talking about a cash and all that kind of stuff. And so she's like, oh, okay, so he's still working. Because I think she was thinking he wasn't really involved with Pikeman like that. But you're getting funds and all this kind of stuff. And like, what's going on? What you doing? And so she goes into bed and she's laying down and she has her back turned to him and he gets in the bed and she said, you lied to me. And he was like, what? And she said, you lied to me. You told me it was going to take 5 minutes in the shower. It's going to take 15. And so she kissed him. I said, girl, you fell asleep with this man and you don't trust him? But she didn't. She told him, I'm so exhausted. And he said, okay, get some rest. So she turns over. Her eyes are open because she don't trust him. And he turns over and his eyes are open because he know he lying. And that was it, y'all. That was General Hospital today. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Valentine. And I'm not going to even try to come up with any ideas or what's going on or what's happening or anything because I just don't know. I don't, ma'am. I don't know who's all involved. I just don't know. I'm just watching and learning. It is the weekend. Be safe. Be blessed. Y'all, stay cool. Stay hydrated. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you Monday for an all new episode of What Happened on the Soaps General Hospital Edition. Goodbye. Ma'am.